You're gonna ruin your eyes trying to read in this light.
I'm just looking at the pictures, okay?
I could have told you that.
Where'd you get that?
I had it.
So who lives in this place anyway? All there are these toy catalogs and inspirational Christmas. Are you gonna eat your cracker?
What are you doing for it?
There should be a law against lawyers.
You know, you should have told us if you didn't want it.
I'm saving it.
For what? You'll be gone by Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but we won't be gone by morning.
Oh, starting again.
And so when the rest of you are suffering from fatigue, hypothermia, and the lower resistance to all kinds of rhinoviruses, my blood sugar levels will be functioning just fine.
For about 4 minutes.
You know, it's frightening, but guys like you are going to inherit the earth.
Wake up. They already do. And if you don't stop drinking, you're going to inherit a hangover.
If I stop drinking, the rest of you may have to run for your lives.
Oh, well, kids. My blood sugar and I are going to bed.
No, Victoria, wait, you can't.
Why? Who appointed you Lord and Master?
There's only one bed.
So? How big is it?
So, it would probably sleep 4, but it's only going to sleep 2. You and Jason will simply have to keep watch over the saltine.
You're going to sleep with another woman while your wife is underneath the same roof?
Why not? We were here first.
Jason, this is going to be great in court.
Nobody asked you to come schlepping all the way up here.
Oh, no, come on, ladies,
Oh,
ladies.
be quiet. Nobody cares where you sleep. Just be happy you've got a cracker.
Fine. I just came up with a solution to the problem, if you don't want to hear it.
Okay, what?
How about a friendly little game of gin rummy?
Ma'am, late seating for dinner will be in half an hour.
Thank you, but I'm not really feeling all that well this evening. I think I'll just stay in and get some rest.
Would you like me to have the ship doctor?
No, I'll be fine.
Very well. Sorry to disturb you.
Hey, who the hell are you and what are you doing down here? I like you, man. You know, you're crazy. And you come all the way down here, right? And you're begging for a smoke, and you don't even in here.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you the truth, man. I'm trying to quit. You see, my girlfriend says I smell bad.
Oh, yeah? I don't smell nothing. Hey, tell me something. You ever steward before, this your first time out?
This is my first time. I signed on in Santa Barbara.
Oh, yeah. Well, you gotta learn a couple of things here, all right? First, you never, ever come down here, all right? Not allowed.
No?
No. And second, it's dinner time, bozo. You're supposed to be up there, dishing out the Mandarin duck.
Uh-oh. What the hell is
No,
this?
don't mess with this.
What is it? There's maps or something?
These are my plans, see? What's where on every deck of this here ship, right? And it's for my eyes only.
San Marcos Inn, where's that? I've never heard of it.
San Marcos Inn is a little place right outside of town. Honeymoon place, you know, for couples.
Why would your husband go there?
He's meeting Pamela Conrad there.
Sophia.
Oh, please.
Well, maybe it's not what you think.
Right. Maybe they're having a business meeting.
You don't know.
There's not much I can do about it, is there?
I'm the wrong person to ask. I mean, if he's fool enough to let you go, I'm not too proud to take his place. But I don't think that's what you really want.
I don't know if there's anything left to save.
I just can't believe it all at once. Take up and start an affair with a woman that he says he can't stand.
He married her once.
He married you once. But I don't think you think that counts for much. To him.
You're right. You're right. I should find out for myself. Maybe this was all her doing.
You're my big mouth.
Your draw.
Julia, don't you know how to play this game?
It's your draw.
You're making me nervous. Just keep your nose in your own hand.
Until you suffocate.
I want that bed. I mean,
Can we play cards here?
I mean it, Julia. I'm not going to wake up tomorrow with my lumbar discs fused together like a chunk of knotty pine.
Yes, Mason's health is very delicate, especially the part that he sits on. Victoria, just draw.
Julia?
No kibitzing, huh?
Mason, I'm really trying. What do you think you are anyway? Dr. Ruth of Gin Rummy?
I grew up on polo, golf, and gin.
And bourbon and vermouth.
Gin was the only sport I was ever any good at. Not that card.
I have never seen, heard such unprofessional behavior in my entire life. Well, we are all professionals, aren't we?
Thank you so much, Jason, for reminding us we all have images to uphold.
What did you grow up on, Jason?
Gin.
What are you smiling at? No, not that card. Not that card.
Gin. Oh, darling, darling, don't pout. You and Julia sleep very well together on the floor.
Why couldn't you and Jason find your own little hideaway?
I resent that.
So do I.
Shut up. You have no business resenting anything.
And I quit.
No, you don't.
What's the matter, Julia? Are you afraid I'm going to pulverize you? That I'm going to whoop you up one side and down the other?
You want to arm wrestle? How about a little roller derby? Fine. Then shut up and shuffle.
Hey, what do you want with the passenger manifest?
I was acquainting myself with the people on my deck.
Well, have you got a photographic memory? It wouldn't matter if you did because, you know, some of the people haven't even shown up. You know, that the Duke and Duchess or whatever the heck they call themselves, they never showed up at the captain's table for dinner. And he doesn't like it.
Oh, so nobody has seen them?
Not even their luggage. Hey, do me a favor and take these towels over to them. I don't mind being yelled at for disturbing most of the people, but royalty can be murder.
I'll bet they can.
I wonder what's keeping Mr. Capwell. He said he'd be right back with his little surprise.
Money, Madeline. It's called money. Even C.C. Capwell doesn't keep $25,000 in his hip pocket.
You're really being very generous, ma'am.
No, Madeline. My dear, you're blackmailing me, and it's all right. I don't mind. In fact, I'm the one that suggested the money. Actually, it's going to turn out just fine.
It's a shame about what happened with Mr. Hal, isn't it?
Why? What happened to him?
Well, something must have, or his brother wouldn't be looking for him, would he? I think it must have been a broken heart. He was very fond of you, you know. I remember when I used to serve breakfast to you all the time in this very room.
Yes, so do I.
You know, I kept thinking for sure you two would disappear someplace together someday, but now he's disappeared by himself, and I think it's wonderful, though, and romantic about what happened with you and Mr. Capwell.
Thanks. I think so, too.
Yes. It's very kind of you, sir.
No, it's not. I'm a businessman. I expect to get what I pay for.
Yes, so the lady has always described you. Well, I'll go and come back with your dinner then.
What the hell is she talking about? I want out of here.
Oh, Cece, it's such a long drive back. What have either of us got to rush back for anyway? I thought you'd want something to eat. The dining room's closed. I booked the room and ordered up.
You what?
Oh, come on. Keep me company. What's 1 hour one way or another?
I don't remember agreeing to this.
My solar calculator doesn't work in this light.
Well, we know that you're not in the running. Why don't you stake out a place near the fireplace while you can?
Yep. Winner by 1 point.
I want to recount.
I get to choose what side of the bed I'm going to sleep on.
Who came in second?
I don't know. You.
Over my lifeless body once I'm struck by lightning and crushed by a tractor.
Oh, that can be arranged.
No, this is ridiculous. Chivalry came before cards. We men will risk our spinal well-being down here, and you ladies can have the bedroom.
I wouldn't advise that.
No, I'd like to pick up where the tractor and the lightning left off.
Excuse me. I think I have a solution to this problem.
I'm not losing the bed.
Well, I think Mason and Julia have a point here. I mean, they were up here first. I think it'd be unfair to separate them. So I think what'll happen is I'll share the bed with you.
Oh, the great peacemaker. You're an arachnid.
Well, I actually think that's a viable idea.
You are such a sleaze.
Well, I won my spot in the bed, so I'm going to take it.
Mason, you go up those stairs and you're dead meat.
Julia, I'm in a high-risk chiropractic group. Try to understand.
Face it, Julia, you have no class. If you had been raised properly, you would know how to play cards.
I think I hate her.
Don't worry, darling. I'm going to put a board between us. Not that it makes much difference with a boar on the other side of the bed.
Play it for the pillow.
Surprise.
That's a charming romantic touch.
Sorry, I would have installed fluorescent lights if there had been power.
What are you looking for?
I'll know it when I find it.
Victoria,
I promised Julia.
there's a hook in that thing.
Wouldn't it be nice if we hooked a nice big trout?
Oh, great. I don't think I'll feel much more secure with that.
Don't worry, darling. I'm not going to beat you.
Do you really think we're in that much danger, hormonally speaking?
Yeah, I guess it's been a while since I had to fend you off. Must you drink in bed?
Trust me, I must.
Yeah, I know. It's an escape for you, just like my cocaine was for me.
Who's escaping? I'm still here. You're still here. Julia's still here. Somewhere. I wish I lived in a tree.
You'll be lucky to have that when I'm through with you.
People lived in trees for centuries, eating nothing but nuts and berries and French bread. They say when you combine them just the right way, that's all you need.
So what's stopping you?
It's too cold in trees.
Cut down some of your branches and build a fire.
I'm not cut out for marriage, Victoria.
Yes, Mason, I think we've established that.
I'm sorry. I tried. I really wanted to. Part of me knew better, but people who dream about living in trees also dream about being like other people.
Yes, I know that about you too, Mason.
What's wrong with me? I mean, why am I better off? Why am I happier being alone?
Because you can't stand to disappoint people and you do it all the time.
Why can't I just be loved like other people are? There's this guy, a bicycle messenger that delivers to the office. A real Neanderthal. I mean, unequaled in being rude and crude and socially unacceptable. But somebody, somewhere, thinks he is the most wonderful human being on earth. Why can't somebody think that about me? I'm a wonderful person. Well, I have my good points. In fact, sometimes it frightens me that I'm the most interesting person I know. But somebody tells me that they love me. I want them to go away. And then if they do, I'm crushed. Figure that one out. I think the problem started when people climbed down out of the trees and started listening to Beethoven, especially the sonatas.
It's quiet up there. It's all right. I don't want to play cards with a sore loser anyway.
I may be sore, but you, chump, are the loser.
I wouldn't be so sure of that. You haven't done a lot of divorce work, have you? I mean as an attorney, not as a homewrecker. Well, I have, and I have seen this many, many times.
Why don't you take those pearls of wisdom and wrap them tightly around your throat?
Husband and wife fight like a couple of pit bulls for a month or so, and then they decide that, hey, one little indiscretion shouldn't upset the great scheme of things. Put them in a room together, preferably overnight, and in the morning, voila. The azaleas are in bloom, and all is right with the world again. That's why I always get a retainer up front. Now, listen, hey, if you want to file for some child support, I'm the guy to talk to.
Okay. Break it up.
What do you two think? I just like to hear myself talk?
We were careful. The setup was right.
I think you're like a little wind-up toy. Eden, stay here. It's not safe. Eden, stay
and
here.
you
It's not
said
safe.
you would.
Look, the cover was perfect. Eden got her father's company
He
helicopter.
doesn't even think I have a brain.
Helicopter, gee, that's not too conspicuous.
Oh, come on.
That was the way this Duke and Duchess from
Westover
were going to arrive.
You
Look,
know,
nobody
I
got to look at her
blown both
faces.
your heads off, man. I was expecting Andrea and her contacts.
Yeah, well, be glad it wasn't. You know, now you've got 3 pair of legs and 3 pair of eyes and 3 pair of hands.
Handshake.
See?
Look, spare me the jokes.
Cruz, I've got to do this. I'm the one she used all through this. It's because of me that she's still at large. I got to prove to you and to her and to me that I can handle this.
Okay, fair. I'm obviously stuck with you anyway now, Cain. I understand that. Though I'm tempted to make you swim back.
I bet you think I couldn't, huh? Huh?
What can I do?
In the maintenance room, there's a big corrugated air shaft or something at a right angle in front of some lockers. There's a cubby hole on the side. The plans to this boat are in that cubby hole. I saw somebody put them there. Just bring them. We'll search the sucker from bottom to top. And
Sure.
keep out of sight.
Okay.
And you. You know, I ought to take you over my knee.
Well, that would be a lot more action than we've had lately.
Oh, I'm neglecting you now? Is that it?
Let me ask you a question. Was Davy Crockett ever married or engaged?
I don't know, and who cares?
Well, because times have changed. From the days when Betty Crockett sat in their log cabin baking her way into anonymity. Now, I have accepted the fact that you are always going to be mixed up in things that make me nervous. Now, you have to accept the fact that I am going to be at your elbow being nervous. If I wanted to stay at home with my ankles crossed, I would have become engaged to a music teacher, which is still a possibility. So don't be too sure for yourself.
Okay.
You can kiss me now, Davy.
Oh, Betty.
Why don't you take off those silly clothes?
That's a good idea. What did you bring me?
You know, we've never been on a cruise. Cruise? Sorry.
Wasn't.
No, she wasn't.
This arrangement stinks. Victoria, go downstairs. I thought I was somebody important to you.
Julia, don't harp.
Oh, this is wonderful. For one fleeting moment, I got to be the wife and the other woman.
What did you just say to me?
I don't remember.
Julia, does this sound familiar? You see, Mason hates jealous women, but when you're around him, you can't help but be one.
You said, Julia, don't harp.
Well, that's because you flew through the door with your talons out like a harpy.
Well, it's obvious that there's going to be no peace in this house until you two lovebirds make up. Go for it.
Why would you humiliate me like that in front of her?
Because I am a rotten cur who only cares about himself, and I'm proud of it.
What's wrong with you?
I just want to live in this room by myself for the rest of my life. I don't need you, Julie. I don't need anybody. I don't need electricity. What does everybody need from me? I don't have it. Trust me. I'm already living up to my potential because I don't have any. I'm going to die penniless, and you're going to dump me. It's already written.
And why would I dump you?
Want me to give you some reasons?
Just close your eyes. Think of something nice and peaceful. Something green. It's warm. Has lots of flowers.
A funeral parlor. That's where I belong.
Nobody hates you, Mason. And nobody thinks you're a rotten cur.
Take a poll downstairs.
And nobody wants anything from you that you haven't got. All I want is to love you. And for you to love me.
What if I don't?
I'll probably be very upset. And yell and throw things.
Okay, I do.
I know.
I'm sorry. I need you. And electricity. And everything else.
First initial B, first initial... There are no A's.
Do you think Andrea would be this dumb to get on a boat and list her name as Alfreda Bloomfield or something?
Oh, Eden, you don't know how these people think. I do. You see, if you've got a contact trying to locate you and they don't know where to find you, you want to always register under your own initials. Or under your code initials. I bet she's got a code, too. But you can sometimes figure out by adding the total number of letters in the first name to
The Duke of Westover, isn't it?
Duchess. May I have this dance? There's a palm tree in the room.
Yeah, I can't help it. When I'm feeling romantic, I think of tropical nights. Besides, this is the only room I've seen on the ship. Can't very well daydream about the ballroom if I don't know what it looks like.
Oh, I'm sorry, baby. I know you're bored.
It's okay. I just don't see what good it is going over the passenger list. I think we just have to wait till we spot her.
Why don't I ever listen to you?
So you don't mind? Then I'm completely ignoring your stupid little speech about how spies disguise their names.
Not at all. What would you rather do?
Take off your shirt and I'll see. Now a little night breeze. Now tell me something romantic.
I love you so much. You make me feel like I can do anything.
You can.
I want you to promise me, baby. You'll ignore me whenever I tell you to stay away.
I promise.
This guy tripled the letters in his middle name, but
No dice. Now look where he told me. There's no plans there.
Huh. I guess we'll have to check the thing out on foot then. You better start on the lowest deck and I'll start up here, okay?
Sure. Hey, Mr. Eden. What's the matter?
Nothing.
Okay. Nice threads.
I hate to think of me paying that old biddy hush money. Puts me exactly on the same level as...
As what? As who?
It's a weakness not to have the guts to tell your own secrets, that's all. I'm no better. I'm no different.
Look, I know you're doing this for me.
Guess again.
You know, I can't help wondering sometimes that none of this should have happened or would have happened if we'd stayed together. Do you ever think about that?
Matter of fact, I never did.
If you hadn't met Sophia and I hadn't tried to retaliate with Hal, that incident in the boathouse would never have happened.
No. We would have killed each other before the year was out.
I was very difficult, I know.
Not important, Pamela. Not important.
You know, if you asked me now what I wanted, I couldn't tell you. It seemed like I had everything. I guess I felt I just wasn't living up to it. I was at that stage in life where you are dimly aware that you're just not going to turn out to be as special as you'd hoped.
Are you saying that I made you feel unwanted?
No. No, you never did that. Until you just didn't want me. Oh, God. But you know what? I think every child grows up to think that someday they're going to turn into something wonderful. I just turned into something mediocre. I was never talented like Sophia and brilliant like Mason. And I wasn't that fine beauty like Kelly. Although I could hold my own back then. You know, the day with space travel and computers dressing you and everything like that, people are going to be popping little pills to tell you their past lives, and nobody's going to come back as me. Remember being me. But I don't care. That really doesn't matter. It's just that back then, everybody around me was so special. Especially you. I just couldn't find my niche. And that ate away at me. So I drank. And that ate away at me, too.
I never knew any of that.
Well, that's something you tell your ex-husband, not your husband. Besides, I am different now.
Well, tonight I can almost believe that.
Yeah, but there's one thing that hasn't changed, and I think you know what it is.
Please. Please.
It's just that I've always missed you. I still do. And I do want you back. And if you still hate me so much, just tell me and that'll be the end of it.
Let's get something straight. I don't hate you. I don't need to hate you. See, the only bond we have right now is, this mistake that we're paying for so long. A man died, and that's the only thing that we have between us right now, and I want it ended. I'm sorry.
I understand.
Where are you going?
I'm gonna lock the door.
Good idea.
I wouldn't want them to catch us en flagrant. Did they bring a camera?
I don't think it would matter if they took any dirty pictures. We could just as well be playing gin rummy, and it would all be the same in court. What are you doing now?
I'm gonna close the curtains. There aren't any curtains.
You think Victoria's out in the snow climbing a tree?
Oh, I wouldn't put it past her, would you?
No. Let's plug up the cracks in the wall.
Jason, what are you doing?
You want to dance?
No, and I don't want you to either.
You seen that moon out there tonight? It's beaming wild ideas to my brain.
Jason, get a hold of yourself. You are not a werewolf. You just have a case of cabin fever.
Maybe it's jungle fever.
This is worse than I thought.
Victoria, what can I do to make you like me?
Go to sleep. I would like that very much.
No, I'm serious. What has that guy got that I don't have?
Nothing, believe me. It's a tie.
Oh, come on, listen. See what I mean? Look, 2 blankets are warmer than one. Am I wrong?
Jason, please! I just want to go to sleep, really. I just had through the world's longest card game, really. Almost had the misfortune of sleeping with a fishing pole. Then I hear this horrible shriek. My husband's mistress. Please! I am a dangerous woman. I'm a former cocaine addict, and I sleep with razor blades.
You people are all so sick. It's absolutely fantastic. I mean, this is the wildest thing I've ever done in my entire life. I've never met anybody quite like you. I think I'm losing my mind.
You kiss me again, you're going to lose something else.
It must be the moon.
Let go! Jason, behave. Move over there and play cards.
Go ahead, hit me. My whole life's meaningless.
Why, you've been listening to Mason? Stop it! I mean it now!
She's in trouble.
Sounds like she's training a puppy.
Victoria, please, I'm a dying man. I took 12 aspirin and 2 shots of vodka.
Why?
I don't know. It started off as a headache, and then all of a sudden it just grew and grew.
Get your hands off my wife!
Will you people please make up your minds?
great big fool of myself.
No, you didn't.
You mean not as much of a fool as I was when I was hoping you'd notice without being told.
I'd have to have been blind not to.
Well, you certainly gave it a good try.
I'll tell you something. I have more respect for you right now than I've had for you in a very long time. You said what you had to say. I said what I had to say. Nothing was kept back into that. Everything was laid out at the table, and we put an end to it.
Well, if you think of that, you're dead wrong. Yes, I was just wondering what would happen, the as-ifs with us, but to tell you the truth, I never really expected it to be different. It's just right now, still, I can't stop hoping, even when I know it's hopeless.
Yes, you can. You're gonna have to. I know how I sound, but it would be a lot more unkind of me to tell you anything else. I happen to have a wife and a family.
You left her.
Sophia is my wife now. She is my wife.
I gave you family, too.
Listen very carefully to me now. What we once had was very strong and very destructive. Maybe one has to go through this in a lifetime, but no more. I will never, ever go back to that.
Could have been a scene from a long, long time ago. Except then I was in the room with him and she was outside looking in.
I'm sorry.
No one made me stand there and watch. No one forced me to drive him away.
Hey, you did not drive him away. It was his decision, his mistake.
I wonder. She could make him come running any time, night or day. But it doesn't seem to please him. It doesn't look like love. It looks like a leash. I wonder if he even knows what's going on.
I'm just selfish enough not to care. After all, it is his loss. And I hate the fact that he hurt you. But I'm not going to be the way you hurt him back. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Why'd you come here?
I had no place to go.
And why are you leaving?
Because I want to sleep with you. Here. In the car. And I can't stay and not think about it. I can't go and not think about it. And I'm ashamed that tonight, when my whole life is vanishing, that I can't think of anything else.
I've been thinking about it, too.
Don't.
Tell me what to do. I already know.
Okay, 73.
96, 97.
76, I got 76, which means there are only 4 aspirin missing from the bottle.
I took more than that.
Maybe it was 2 aspirin and 12 shots of vodka.
All I know is I'm sick. Oh.
I don't know how Victoria could have resisted him.
Please tell me I never looked like that.
Well, I want to thank the cavalry for coming in and saving me. So, guys, what are we going to do now? Go into the kitchen, wrap up the knives in case anyone starts sleepwalking?
Nobody's gonna sleep with that scum on the prowl.
He's not on the prowl now.
I get his cracker. I deserve it.
Why don't you go on up, Julia? I think I'll put a little more coffee on the fire. One of us has to be a responsible adult and keep watch.
Go on, Julia. You need your beauty sleep.
I'm not closing an eye till the plow gets here.
What happens if they never get here? This is unknown territory. They may never arrive.
I don't want to hear that kind of negativity.
Oh.
We'll survive. Just look at those people. Just look at those people who crashed in the Andes or whatever it was. And one of them fell asleep too long. They just carved him up and ate him. Julia, scar out your quiche pan.
I don't want to hear any talk like that either. Look, I don't care if I have to walk 100 miles. I'll get us out of here. I'm appointing myself leader of this rescue operation since the rest of you are clearly not up to the task.
May I ask a question? Oh, great leader.
What?
Why don't you zip up your fly?
So what do you think?
I wouldn't buy me for a minute.
Oh, no, I'm deeply offended. If there's one thing I know, it's how to dress a man.
How did you come by that, pray tell?
Put on your glasses.
I look like somebody put Geraldo Rivera and Dick Cavett in a blender.
Now, I defy anybody to tell me what a Brazilian duke is supposed to look like.
Well, where's your funny nose and fake glasses? I mean, so they're gonna recognize
fine.
you.
You want to wear the tiara? You wear the tiara. No one's gonna be staring at my face.
Maybe you're right. You like guys with glasses?
Now, I'm mildly annoyed with you. You know, you complain about everything I do. All right, you can have a couple inches of my neck. Don't. Yes. Who is it?
Hello? I have Cain. If you want to keep him alive, you'll stay out of my way this time. Andrea.